Hey, what's going on guys? Migzuba here. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a Grixis sacrifice deck for standard best of one. So this deck is inspired by CGB's Demir's sacrifice deck that he probably posted about a month ago now, right? And it is also built around as a base, the set combination of Seagate Stormcaller copying a bunch of spells. And, the combo, if you guys don't know it already, it's, you cast Seagate Stormcaller and then sacrifice it to Village Rites, draw 4 cards, because it's casting Village Rites, the sacrifice is a cost, so you basically just get another free draw to and don't have to pay that cost because the spell is already cast. And because we're in a sacrificey shell, I've decided to add a bunch of red cards to give it more of a Grixis feel, right? So the red cards that we have are Croxa as a win con and a way to grind our opponent out even harder. It's a better escape card than Cling to Dust and can present a more consistent win con than Archfiend's Vessel or Skyclave Shade. The only issue with it is the mana requirements, but the pathways really do help us. Right, we don't need that much blue for the deck to function. In fact, the only blue card is Seagate Stormcaller alongside Drown in the Loch. So we really do look like a Rakdos Luris deck combined with a bunch of cheap spells that we are trying to double off the Seagate Stormcaller. Yeah. So we'll get a bit more into detail with the list. We have 2 vessels as an alternate win con. We have Luris as the companion, so reanimating this is pretty much a free 5/5, alongside 3 Aghanim's Awakenings and 1 Call of the Death Dweller to recur our only 1-drop in the vessel and one of our very powerful 2-drops. 4 Bloodchief's Thirsts to stay alive. The combo of Seagate Stormcaller and Village Rites is pretty slow, right? Like, it is a crazy card advantage play, but if you're getting beat down, then you obviously want to have other stuff to copy. So like Seagate Stormcaller copying Bloodchief's Thirst to kill 2 things is really important, or even like Seagate Stormcaller copying a Heartless Act or Eliminate. Basically, we just want plenty of ways to stay alive while we do our thing. Want to Cling to Dust to play with our opponent's graveyard, get some cards, alternate, like, not a win con, but alternate way to get card advantage. And if you're not reanimating Croxa, this isn't a bad one. Also, it can hit our opponent's Clings or any important thing they might have going on in their graveyard. Also, against rogues, never hurts to have more than 1 escape threat. Okay, we went over Village Rites, also a fun combination with Claim. You can, you obviously have this, and you can double up Claim the Firstborn to find some cheeky lethals with Seagate Stormcaller. I like the one of, because I don't have that many sacrifice outlets, just the Village Rites, but it lines up enough times that just having the one pays off. Agonizing Remorse against slower control decks. Our deck is full of removal, right? So in those grindier matchups, we want to have something to copy that isn't like a Heartless Act, and Agonizing Remorse comes in really handy in those matchups. Also, if you make it to turn 4, you can, you're probably doing okay against aggro, and if there's nothing immediate to kill, you can always just pick apart the rest of their hand. Eliminate for the Crawling Barons and any cheap creature without counters. Heartless Act for bigger stuff that we have a bit more trouble dealing with because we are a very low to the ground Luris deck. Skyclave Shade as an alternate win con, something we don't mind discarding or sacrificing to the Village Rites. I say discarding because the fact that we're also in red, as opposed to CGB's thing where he was only in Dimir, means we have these 2 cards, which have discard costs. So the Channeler lets us hit our land drops, as well as being a pretty powerful body, because we do have plenty of instants and sorceries in the deck. We have 12 instants and 14 sorceries, so a lot of this time this thing is a 4/4, right? And it can help, yeah, like I said before, it can help us hit our land drops, discard a Croxa to get it back on 4 if we haven't found any blue sources, and have that kind of strategy going for us. Pretty good card, relatively flexible as well. It can find cards for our Stormcaller to copy, so I like 2 in the deck. Also Thrill as a different Village Rites, kind of, only 1 because it's pretty slow, and it is card even if you're not copying it with the Stormcaller. But we have a bunch of cards we don't mind discarding, like a Vessel, a Claim in control matchups, Skyclave Shade, removal when it's bad, Agonizing Remorse when it's bad, or Croxa. 2 Drowns. It can be counter magic later in the game or just cheap removal. It's pretty flexible, but early on in the game, it can be dead. So it's a little bit worrisome. It's also our only other blue card. If you're not comfortable running this, I understand. You can always just swap it out for other, like 2 more eliminates or like a Heartless Act and an eliminate. Or if you're feeling like you are going to face more Yorian decks, you can always just put this in for more thrills. 2 Croxa, you can always put more. I think 2's enough. It's not our primary plan, it's more of like a backup plan, and it does its job. Call, I think we already covered. Mana base is 3 Agadeem's Awakening to reanimate our stuff, and 1 Shatter Skull Smashing as just a red-based removal spell, Bolt Land, pretty solid. Aside from that, we have Temple of Malice because we are heavily, or I say heavily, we're heavily black, and we need double red more than we need double blue for Croxa, right? Passage, mana fixing, both pathways really help put the deck together. 1 island, again, our blue cost isn't very heavy. 2 swamps, 1 Lochthwain. Card advantage in black. This deck can run out of gas, even though it's getting a lot of stuff from the graveyard. So I like 1 Lochthwain. And yeah, most of our mana is black and secondary color red. So that's the list. Don't forget Lurrus as companion can help us recast our Stormcallers and loop combos with Village Rites or any other sort of hand hate or removal. So all in all, really fun deck. It will be in the description down below. If you guys are enjoying the consistent uploads, be sure to drop a like on the video and consider subscribing. It really motivates me to make more content. And yeah, everybody, let's get into some games. Okay, slow-ish hand, but I think it's fine. Still in Diamond 1, we haven't played much since last video. Been a little bit busy with uni, but we're still trying to pump out those uploads. Really hyped for Kaldheim. Really excited to make a bunch of tribal and control decks. Alright, get in there with the Vessel. Get the Channeler on the board. Not looking too bad. Kind of give the opponents the old juke that we're rogues. So, if this is mono green, then Claim is going to be pretty good. But then again, if this is mono green, all of our cards are going to be pretty good. Okay, and there's a land. So, do I slow them down? This can be another red source. I think because I have no sack outlet, I am okay discarding the Claim. And we find 2 lands. So what do I care about more? Do I care for tap land or untapped land? I think we just take untapped land here. Go for this side because we have blue mana right here. Offer the trade with the Vessel. And we can take out like a Lovestruck Beast next turn, but this actually also lets them play a Wicked Wolf. I think that's still fine. I think we buy Lurrus. The opponent isn't pressuring us very much, and they don't have much engine going. Whereas we can get our Channeler cooking. We can get our Lurrus in our hand for if ever they take out the Vessel. Ooh, Harbinger, okay. Was not expecting a Harbinger. Punished for discarding the 1 Claim. Very punished. I think we just play the Passage. And we can get the Lurrus down. Yeah, we can get the Lurrus down. And that means you don't get anything back yet. But we can, or we can just hold up a lot of removal. I think we get the Lurrus down. Just play mana efficiently. And not activate the Channeler because we can use it as a bluff double block. If the opponent has Wicked Wolf here, we're sad, but they don't look like mono green food. They look like mono green aggro based off the Harbinger. And my play is kind of to chump the Harbinger with the Vessel, use the Village Rites, and then reanimate it next turn with my Lurrus. And I don't want to spend my turn just holding up Heartless Act and Village Rites. Okay, there's 6 mana, so Troll King maybe. I could have also tapped the channeler, but a lot of our cards are going to be good against them. Like, you see what I mean? I mean, this will get counters on it, so not great against, like, Heartless Act isn't great. But we are going to need all the removal we can get. Scourge enters with 3 counters. Heartless Act just kills it. That's pretty funny. The Beetle will grow. Actually, no, it won't, because it has a 4th counter. Feels bad. So a Heartless Act looking horrible in this match. And does the opponent attack? The Lurrus might have just deterred an attack, which is kind of funny as well, because it means we can block the Harbinger. But I think they should be happy with that trade anyways. So I messed up. I shouldn't not have tapped the way I did. And I should have double red here. But I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we're not punished. My turn. Alright, so Stormcaller copies stuff, and that's really interesting. So, okay. What's the plan? I think we start with the Vessel, no matter what. Get the Vessel down. Make a 5/5. 5/5, secured. Now, I can play Stormcaller, play Bloodchief's Thirst, take out both of these creatures. I also kind of like that. Okay, this makes red, so we keep that for Kroxa. Not punished by the mana yet. We can also play Stormcaller into Thrill. But I think we take the opportunity to remove 2 things. So take out the Florahedron, take out the Scourge. Sorry, Nessian Hornbeetle and the Scourge. The Florahedron can die to Heartless Act. Nice. Thanks. No, I don't really want to discard. I can't do anything for 1 red except for the claim. So we'll just hold the Channeler back. Like I said, guys, the pathways really do help this deck tick. We have pretty flexible mana requirements, but without these, I don't think the deck would be playable at all. And I really am loving Channeler. Ooh, Great Henge. Okay. That's going to be hard to beat. We have to start being aggressive with our opponent. Lovestruck Beast. I mean, that's just the 1/1 side. Doubling a Heartless Act seems really good. If they attack, I just take the chump block with the Stormcaller. Actually, they're not going to attack. What am I saying? We have this demon blocker. Alright, my turn. Another Channeler. That's really funny. So how do we play this? This just looks really bad. Like, no matter what we do, it just looks awful because any creature they play is going to get a counter. So I think we can start by discarding it and seeing some fresh cards. Village Rites. Hello. We'll pick you. Alright, so if I sequence this turn correctly, I go Village Rites into Stormcaller again, into Thrill, draw a crap ton of cards, and I think I really like that. So we'll start with the Demon attack. Into Village Rites my Stormcaller, get it in the yard. Okay. Actually, we can just take out their whole hand right now. And I don't hate that either. So we'll cast it. Now, we can draw 4, or we can take out the last 2 cards they have. I think that might be better. Oh yeah. Easily better. We'll take out their last 2 toys. Sorry. And we can always play this on red, but I think we just play this on black. We can play it on red next turn. Nice. Thank you. I built the deck I like to say myself, but not really myself. And okay, maybe we should take out this Florahedron soon. But no, they're gonna get the mana boost from the henge anyways. And we're happy to pretty much always throw this Stormcaller under a bus, just so we can recur it with Luris. Alright, opponent's on 3 mana. They haven't played a land. So opponent attacks. I mean, I'll get more spell doubling, thank you. No problem. They get to search with the Uprising, which isn't ideal for us. But this is a pretty interesting game on how either of us are going to close. Okay, Drown. So I can copy Drown in the lock twice, or I can start countering their spells, which I also think I really like. So how are we playing this? See, this is what I mean. There's plenty of decisions to make. So we can use this as double or removal spell, or we can just use this as counter spell, so they take like a turn off drawing a lot of cards. And this is just a 2 mana 4/4, which is always super solid. We're also running out of timeouts, so we have to make a call. I think we're going to start here regardless and just go to attackers, poke them with the demon. Just get some semblance of win con online. And yeah, so what I'm thinking about is if I kick this, I can copy that spell twice. Okay, so it's like, if Seagate Stormcaller was kicked, copy that spell twice instead, right? So I basically get 3 Drown in the locks, but Harbinger's hexproof from black, which feels really bad. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to take out their board? No, because if we did, we would have gotten in with the Luris. Alright. Let's start with the Stormcaller. This is happening. Then we can go for this Thrill. Discard Channeler. Draw 4. Nice. Feels good, guys. It feels really good. Alright. So, do I play Bloodchief's Thirst and then hold up something like Eliminate? Sorry, my throat. Or do I just hold up the Drown for a massive counterspell? I think holding up the Drown is better. That means I can Bloodchief's Thirst the Florahedron, take them off a bit of mana, and pass the turn. Okay. I wouldn't say we're fully doing it, but we're definitely not doing bad. Alright, so they go for 6 mana. I just want them to make a massive Scourge. 1/1 Scourge. Very good. Okay, so we're going to counter their most important thing. It has to have 3 CMC, remember that? So like a Love-Struck Beast, we just counter it. Is this the Heart's Desire side? I am not even sure. I don't think so. So they spent 2 mana on this. And they had 6. I think this is just the 1/1. That's the 3/3. Should have countered it. I wasn't sure. Anyways. Back to business. And the opponent has 4 more mana. So what do you have? Shade is awkward, gets super brickwalled here. Ooh, they might have a fight spell we can counter. Nothing just yet. Go to attackers. Love-Struck Beast and the Harbinger. Let's take out this Harbinger. Hexproof from black is a massive pain. Oh, and I could have chump blocked with the... I should have chump blocked there for the triple Eliminate. Second Great Henge. jeez. Okay. So how do I want to play this? I really should have countered that one Lovestruck Beast. I just didn't think it was on the stack. Alright, so maybe we're not punished. Okay, let's start here. Draw some more cards. Nice. Good, good, good. Okay. No, I got fucking punished. I got so punished. I would have had an extra mana open. And then I would have had enough mana to kick triple spell. Anyways, we just go for this. Auto pay. Copy next spell. Eliminate. Lovestruck Beast. Copy it. Go for Scourge. And we still have Drown open, and now the opponent has 7 cards in their yard. We're going to start attacking with Lurrus to get the life. They can chump if they want, but then they won't have a 1/1. Opponent gains the life. Get in there. Okay, they're down to 8. And I think that's good enough. They're going to have a lot of mana this turn. But we do have access to a pretty potent Drown in the lock. Nessian Horn Beetle. I'm just going to try to brick wall them there. I'm hoping they don't have another creature. Yes. Okay. Attack with the beast. They attack with the beast. I can chump block, but I have another Stormcaller, so I don't even think I'm going to do it. And this is 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 10, so they're dead on board without another creature. So we don't block. And I'm going... Well, I'll play land. And I'm going straight for it. Let's go. GG. Ooh. So, bit of a rocky road. We navigate a interesting matchup. I got a misclick, but honestly, I think this was a crazy game. We navigate mono green with 2 Great Henges, and Seagate Stormcaller just doubling up spells the whole time comes in super clutch. Okay, weird hand, guys. Shade double rights. I think we keep, but it is close. If we find a what's the card called? The Seagate Stormcaller, we're pretty happy. And if we're against control, we're pretty happy. Also playing this out to start. And of course we're against green, so no control here. Let's make them think that we don't have this, or I mean, I doubt they'll even play around it if we show that we do. It's been a weird game. It's been a weird day. Alright, so this is pretty good. I'm actually going to offer this trade. This plus the rights is powerful. Opponent takes the block. Sure. Agonizing Remorse. What you got? I know. Weird. Oh, they stomp face. Mammoth? Alright. Opponent is very flooded, to say the least. Let's play this tapped. Yeah, no shade today. Okay, so. Full control. Pay. Resolve. Village rights. Okay. We need to reload. Our hand does virtual nothing until we draw more cards, and oh boy. I was actually going to fetch this blue source, but let's fetch... Nice. Let's fetch red. Just so we have double red, double black for Croxa. When it will smack me up for 4. We can grab the red source now. I don't want to draw any other lands for a minute. Drawn a few too many basics for my taste. Another village, right? Okay, well, that's not ideal. We can kick it to take out the giant, take an extra 2 points. It's dangerous to leave the beast on the field because it means they can resolve a Great Henge. But with land, with any land, they have the Great Henge with the giant anyways. Pardon me. Must sound weird. Okay, so we can Stormcaller plus Village Rights, but I think that's a next turn play. I think we just start with the good old reanimation of Croxa, taking out our Shade. I think it's for the best. I think big 6/6 represents more value than our poor little Shade. Opponent takes 3. Okay, so we're not going to cast the Stormcaller just yet. We're going to chill out with Croxa. A Crowan War. Well, I'm glad we held up Village Rights, aren't we? Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we could have waited till they targeted, but what does it really matter? All right, let's grab the last basic. This is essentially a dead draw. So free discard fodder to our Magmatic Chandler whenever we find it. Nice. Okay, so play the Stormcaller, eliminate, and then buy Luris. Sounds good. Eliminate, copies, targets the Shield Breaker as well. Nice, nice, nice. And buy Luris. Okay, if they top deck another Crowan War, it's like, fine. They can have my Stormcaller, I don't really care. Okay, and they just do nothing. So, we'll start here, we have to attack. See what's on top, we don't want to play this anyways. Cling to Dust, we have an escape card and it's infinitely better. So we're just going to chill out with our Croxa in the yard. And let's recast it, force the opponent to discard. Nice. Pass the turn with Village Rights open. Alright. Stormcaller will off herself, but I think that's still fine. We get the free reanimation with Luris. Another Crowan War. Shatter Skull Smashing. Feels bad, but Village Rights really coming in this game. Ooh, not good. Blooding a little bit. Alright, let's, I want to make sure I haven't, will I even have enough to drop the castle? Yeah, I will. Okay, so let's reanimate Croxa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll keep the Luris in the yard because of our one Call of the Death Dweller. Alright, Croxa down. Next turn, opponent just is dead on board. If they draw land. Alright, scry that to the bottom. Actual dead draw does literal 0. So any creature that they just play, they're dead. Because of the Bloodchief's Thirst, any land, they're dead. It would have needed a creature and to hold it to even survive. And we get there. Nice, guys. We could have also drawn if we really need to, but we take 4 damage against Gruul Aggro, which isn't great, but hey, we get there. Showing off Croxa and Stormcaller feels great, guys. Alright guys, and we are back. So today was really fun. I like this deck a lot. It has crazy game against aggro and control. I played a Dimir control match and the opponent top decked Ugin. It was rough, didn't include it, it was just a feels battle, it was like a 20-minute game. But 1 turn off lethal, opponent has 1 rip, they ripped Ugin, -3, wipe my whole board, and we just lose from there. But Yeah, this deck is a lot of fun. I do think it is better in best of three, where you can really tune your deck to be mass doubling removal or mass doubling like duresses, agonizing remorse. Um, Not exactly counter magic because this thing does not flash. If it did, then being able to double negates would be really powerful. But having the ability to side negates is great, or even side more claim the firstborns if you're playing best of three. Maybe another Croxa for like the rogues match. But honestly, guys, this deck is so fun to play. There are so many decisions to make, from what spell you want to double to when you buy your Luris to what color pathway you put your what color land you put your pathway on, to when it's a good to draw for, when is it good to wipe your opponent's hand. It's a really complicated deck, and it has a lot of small interactions that I do hope you guys will enjoy if ever you play it for yourselves. So I highly recommend you check it out. It will be in the description down below as always. And yeah, I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out.